Hey guys. So I wanted to make a short little video today about this new setup that I'm trying out. Hold on a second. I'd been using this Bear Grizzly recurve bow for bow hunting, and I rigged it up for bow fishing. And I think I'm going to leave it that way. You know, there's a few holes that have been punched in the riser here, and honestly, the limbs aren't looking super great. So I'm going to leave that as my bow fishing bow. But that kind of left me with a dilemma as far as what I'm going to do for deer season this year. Because I didn't really want to go out and buy a brand new bow this weekend. This weekend is opener of bow season, so being so close, I didn't want to go and buy a new bow and try to, learn it in a matter of days before going hunting with it. So I decided to pull this old Golden Eagle bow out of my parents' garage. It's got electrical tape as a handle there. We got some off-brand Whisker Biscuit. This doesn't have the slide on it anymore. There's a peep that's all twisted and a kisser button. Don't know how long that's been on there for. And I don't have a release anymore since I switched to traditional, but I figured I'd try it out. But the main thing I wanted to do is I wanted to keep it simple. Wanted to have the least amount of things on there that could go wrong as possible. So I decided to not put a sight on it. Decided to shoot fingers instead of a release. Didn't want to spend a lot of money. The Whisker Biscuit was on there, so I'm going to keep that for now. I might switch that out with even a bare weather rest or something. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong sometimes. So I'm going to try to get rid of that stuff, keep it simple. I'm not going to switch out the strings at this point. I'm just going to try it this year the way it is. I'm going to shoot it for you guys a little bit. I'm in my garage right now shooting out my windows, kind of sprinkling a little bit, so I've got a good setup here. I went to Walmart and got these Carbon Express Wolverines, carbon arrows. I didn't even cut them or anything, so I'm just trying to stay on the cheap here. And you can get it done like this. Don't think that you need the newest, greatest thing to go hunting. Whatever you can do to get out there is what you should be doing. So I'm gonna have some coffee and shoot a little bit. I'm at 18 yards right here out my window, and just kind of trying to get a feel for how this bow shoots. It's also to kind of watch my form a little bit, because this is definitely a little bit of a blend of compound and traditional archery. I'm shooting it instinctively, so I'm doing a lot of the same things there. The one thing I do like about this is, this bow's only at about 50 pounds, so it's real easy to pull back, which I like. And I do like having that back wall. You're not drawing too far. You're getting the same anchor every time. So I am kind of liking this setup, and I think that in the future maybe I'll just do this thing's about 42 inches, so maybe I'll just try to go with a longer compound and keep it stripped down as much as I can, keep things simple. But we'll shoot it a little bit here. All right, not bad. That was about 4 inches to the right of where I was aiming. You know, a lot of this too that I've noticed is my release is not that great with fingers. I've looked at possibly changing into a whatever it's called, the pad, and also the little rollies that you put on your string. I've thought about that. I've heard that with a little bit higher poundage bow, a lot of times it's hard to keep your grip with those, but you know, that's a lot simpler to me than I don't have to wear something on my hand constantly. So that might be something I'll try out in the future here. About 4 inches low on that one. See, that time I tried to think about back tension a little bit, and I was only a few inches off where I was aiming. And even with the compound, you know, that can help, especially when you're shooting with your fingers. Got one more left. Right where I was aiming. Let's go check this out real quick. All right. Not super great. This is the one I was aiming for here. This is my last shot, so I'm pretty happy about that. These were some of my first ones down here, but yeah, I'm just getting a hang of, you know, this bow, this setup, so I'm not too upset about that, especially with no sights. You know, it's not too bad for one of the first times I've shot this thing. So we'll keep at it, and hopefully I can be hitting the black like this a little bit more.